gotta see you, boo. And the hearts all over the world tonight. Said the hearts all over the world tonight. I need you, boo. Oh, I gotta see you, boo. And the hearts all over the world tonight. Said the hearts all over the world tonight. Hey, look.
We're losing weight at such an unnatural pace that our minds don't have a chance to catch up to what our body is doing.
Ooh, little cutie, when you talk to me, I swear the whole world stops. You're my sweetheart, and I'm so glad that you're mine. You are one of a kind, and you need me.
3 in the morning, and I'm at the gym because I'm actually at work. I am coming off shift. I work overnight in the ER, and on my breaks, I do an hour of weight training at the gym since it's right around the corner. So that's how we're starting our day, bright and early, about to get a workout in.
No one else would do, 'cause with every kiss and every hug, you make me fall in love. And now I know I can't be the only one. I bet it's hearts all over the world tonight. With the love of their life, who feels what I feel when I'm with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, girl. With you, with you, with you, with you, with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, with you, girl. With you, with you, with you, with you, with you. Oh girl, I don't want nobody else. Without you, there's no one left. And you like Jordans on Saturday. I gotta have you, and I cannot wait now. Hey, little shorty, say you care for me. You know I care for you. You know that I'll be true. You know that I won't lie. You know that I will try to be your everything. Yeah, I got you. I don't need money. I don't need cars. Girl, you're
Workout is complete. Now back to work I go. Hello everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Discipline Diaries. I am just getting off yet another 12-hour shift in the ER, and just like any other weekend, it's crazy. It's been crazy, but I am off, and I'm off for the night. Normally I work my shifts in a row, and this is supposed to be 5 12s in a row, but this is day 3. Well, this would be day 3, and I'm actually off because I am doing my first little wellness event today, and I'm gonna be taking y'all along with me. But before we get into today's episode, if you are new here, hey girl, hey, my name is Janae, and I make a lot of content focused on fitness, wellness, and self-development, and helping you live your best healthy and active life. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video if you like wellness content, and comment down below and let me know, have you ever done any like local wellness events? You looked around and see what's in your local area and you try something new? Like, let me know in the comments below. So like I mentioned earlier, when I am at work, instead of doing like a nap or anything like that, because I get a lot of breaks, like I actually get 2 30-minute unpaid breaks and 3 15s. So I end up taking like an hour lunch, and I do a 15-minute like earlier in the shift so I can eat dinner. And instead of going to take a nap during our time, which is what I used to do, but not really get much sleep, I decided, since my gym was literally right around the corner, to just go ahead and at least get my weight training in. So that's what I did. What did I do today? Shoulders and glutes today. That was on the menu for Saturday. So I got that workout in, and it was actually really good. It was actually a really good workout. One of my co-workers, she gets off at 3 because she's mid-shift, so we ended up going there together, which is nice because that gym, I have 24 access to that gym, but it's not staffed, and so it's kind of creepy. So I always carry something with me when I go, and I don't listen to my headphones when I go, you know, just for situational awareness and safety. But it was nice having someone familiar there at the gym with me at that time. And then I head back to work. Now I am on my way home, where I'll sleep until 12 and then get up, get ready for this event. It's taking place up in Seattle, random thing, the way I found out about this event was on TikTok. So if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you go ahead and follow me. I make a lot of different content over there. That's what we're going to be doing. It starts at 2, but they want us there 15 minutes ahead of time. And then of course, Seattle's like an hour and 15 minutes from me. So I'll be up at 12 to get started, but I am pretty much home now. I'm gonna go sleep and I will chat with y'all later.
If you want to start, you be the one I'm searching for. All the girls they got attention, but I just always feel like there is something you got. Obvious you're pretty, heard that you're a student working weekends in the city. Trying to take you out, girl, you're not too busy. There's nothing wrong, write this little song.
Go up to Seattle for a wellness event, my very first wellness event. I was scrolling on TikTok a couple of weeks ago and I came across this girl in my local area. I think her name is Sumaiya. Could be butchering it, but I'm gonna have her right on the screen for you. And she hosted an event. I think this was either in November or December, something like that. And I'm like, oh, I just missed it. But I saw that she was doing another one in Seattle with True Fusion in January. So I signed up for it. It's a free wellness event. And she has like a little, I don't even know what you would call it, but like just a community event page where she hosts different types of events. So it's called Tasting in Seattle on Instagram, and she's also on Instagram as well. And so yeah, I'm gonna go up to Seattle to do this heated mat Pilates class. Now I've done Pilates before and I've seen it already in a previous vlog, but this one is a mat one, so I cannot wait, and it's heated, so I cannot wait to go ahead and do that. So let's go. And of course, I'm running late. Of course, I'm running late. They wanted us to be there by 1:45 because the class starts at 2, and I'm gonna be pulling up at 1:56. And there's a little bit of traffic like on my way up, but whatever. I'm still gonna go, and it will be fine. I had to grab an energy drink before I left because that like immediate jolts up to wake up was not working for me. So as y'all saw, I had my breakfast and my morning vitamins. So before I left out the house, I didn't have time to eat anything, and I'm honestly not even hungry. But I did grab my afternoon multivitamin and then a couple snacks. I love Chomps. Absolutely love Chops. This is a great and easy, simple, and delicious way to get in an extra 10 to 12 grams of protein. I normally get the turkey ones, but when I went to Trader Joe's, they didn't have any. And so, plus the turkey ones are also higher in protein and lower in fat a bit, but it's really not that serious. It's only off by a couple of grams. So, love Chomps. I also got my RX bar, which if y'all are not new here, then you already know I love these protein bars and all of the clean ingredients. The Chomps also has clean ingredients as well. And then of course I grabbed me a mush in the blueberry flavor. Just some pre and post workout snacks. Now when I was looking at the TikTok, I'm pretty sure that there's supposed to be like a juice bar or a juice vendor and like a food vendor for after the event, but we'll see. Always be prepared. And of course I have my water. So if you're new here, I have lost 125 pounds from my highest weight, and this has been my most successful weight loss journey so far. And I often get asked on TikTok and Instagram about stalling or plateauing on your weight loss journey. Now, I had weight loss surgery on March 2nd of 2023, specifically the gastric sleeve, and so a lot of these stall questions come from people who also had bariatric surgery. But if you're on a GLP-1 journey or a natural journey, you can think of it as plateau. Plateau, stall is all the same thing. When you are not losing weight, even though you're still doing everything right. And so I often get asked, how do you break your stalls? Now, I am 2 years into this journey, and I have hit several stalls amongst this journey, my longest one being 6 months long. And I have obviously broken my stalls because I continue to drop weight and I'm still slowly losing weight. Now, there is no bulletproof method on how to break a stall, but here are some things that has helped me on my journey and may could help you as well if you're stalling or plateauing, no matter what your journey looks like. So I often found that I needed more of something. I needed more protein. I needed more healthy carbs. I needed more calories in general. Feed my body more fuel in general. Now, if you're someone who's calorie counting or macro tracking, I'm not saying to jump really high up in the calories that you're intaking, but even a small 100 calorie bump helped me out. You have been in such a severe calorie deficit for so long, sometimes that extra bump or bringing your calories up to maintenance for a week or two gives your body the chance it needs to like kind of relax, and then maybe you can come back down to your deficit calories. But every single time I ate more of something, my stall would break. And speaking of calorie tracking and macro tracking, are you counting your calories? Are you weighing your food? Are you logging it and paying attention to what it is that you're actually intaking? Now, I'm not saying that you have to calorie track and macro track to be successful, especially if doing those methods is a trigger for you. But what I am saying is most of the time we're guesstimating how much we're truly eating. And the only way you can tell if you're in a calorie deficit is if you're weighing your food and you're tracking your calories. What gets us in trouble is that we're always thinking we're under consuming food and we're overdoing it on our exercises. We think we're burning so many calories and we're in a deficit. And honestly, most of the time, that's not the case. What gets us in trouble a lot of the times are the condiments. Like we're thinking we're doing a drizzle of olive oil or a drizzle of salad dressing, a tablespoon of mayonnaise. Yet most of the time it's like 2 or 3 servings of that. Get used to reading your food label, and I'm pretty sure I have a video about how to calorie track, macro track, and read your food label, so I'll put it in the cards above. But get used to turning your food around, reading your food nutrition, putting your food on the plate and weighing out. And I like to weigh my stuff in grams and in milliliters, not in like ounces or anything like that. And so get used to doing that and seeing how much does a serving of food actually look like? How much does a serving of condiments actually look like? And once you start doing that, you'll realize, maybe I have been overeating on accident and didn't even realize I was. Another thing that you can do is consume more water. Consume more water. Every time I felt like I was in the stall, when I would up my ounces, or I paid attention to how many ounces of water I was intaking every day, it was not good. It was not good. I was not hitting my water goals. So every time I would drink more water, increase my calories, it would help break that stall. More fiber. You may need to increase your fiber, whether that's through your micronutrients from fruits and vegetables or taking a fiber supplement. But when was the last time, especially if you had weight loss surgery or taking a GLP-1 and your bowel movements have changed and you're a little constipated, or you're even on this high protein diet, because most of the time that backs us up as well. When is the last time you had a good poop? When is the last time you had a good bowel movement? Like, we can hold about 10 pounds of solids in our intestines. When is the last time you had a good poop? And I'm not saying to do one of those cleanses or, take a laxative to clean you out, but increase your fiber. Women should be having about 25 grams of fiber per day. And I think minutes 20, something like that. But on average, Americans are not hitting our fiber goals every single day. And it makes sense because a lot of us are starting to suffer from colon cancer a lot younger in our lives. And so make sure you're not only hitting your macronutrients, but you're also paying attention to your micronutrients and hitting those fiber goals. What does your stress look like? What does your sleep look like? Oftentimes, I find, especially this so applies to me, I find that I need more sleep. More sleep. There are two hormones, and I always forget the name of it, and I really want to do more research on how sleep affects the hunger hormones. But the lack of sleep increases that hunger hormone. And I find that every time I had a bad night's sleep, I was overeating. I was already starting the day off with eating more because I'm up now, or I've been up late, and so I'm eating more calories. But there are two hormones that affect each other in this, and y'all can look it up yourselves. But I'm gonna do a full video on this. But oftentimes I find that I need more sleep. You may need more movement, and not only do you need more movement, you may need to increase the intensity of that movement if you are already working out. Now again, I'm not saying that you have to work out to be successful on your weight loss journey, especially if you're using a tool, because the tool is going to help you either way. But I just am really passionate about this and feel like people should be moving their bodies, period, for the rest of their lives. There's so many positive benefits to working out and moving your body and having an active lifestyle. And so I think you should be moving your body, period, no matter what that looks like for you. But if you find that you are stalling out on your weight loss journey, are you working out? How many days a week are you working out? How many days of the week are you at least hitting 10,000 steps if you're not working out? If you are, what type of working out are you doing? You may need to up that activity. And that was something that my own bariatric surgeon told me as I started to get closer and closer to my goal weight. He's like, at this point, you can't keep cutting your calories. You can't be in a severe calorie deficit. And there's only so much working out that you are going to be able to do. So you may, I'm going to talk about this point later on, but you may be at just a certain weight set point, and that's just where your body wants to be at. Or you may have to increase your working out and become an athlete pretty much. But yeah, if you're finding that you're walking, well, maybe transition into running, maybe do Stairmaster, maybe do something that's going to kick your heart rate up, jump into one of those HIIT type of cardio workout classes. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to get your heart rate bumping and up and increase. You can even be stepping it up with your weight training and train to failure. Do that progressive overload, something that's going to work your body more and make you burn a little bit more calories so that you'll be able to break that stall. Here is a quick lesson for you as someone who has experienced this. If you do increase your cardio, you may find that it's going to rev up your hunger. Don't be afraid of that, and don't start under eating when you're noticing that. You may feel a little bit more hungry, or if you go from not working out to working out, or any type of increase in your workouts, you may find that your appetite has revved up. Don't be afraid of it. Give the body what it needs. If it's asking for it, you will eventually start to stabilize, and it'll as long as you stay consistent with your working out, it'll be okay. And comment down below and let me know, what are some things that help you on your weight loss journey that help you break your stall or plateau? And the last thing you may need to break your stall is more time and more patience. And everybody hates when I say this, but it's so true, especially if you are using a weight loss tool. We're losing weight at such an unnatural pace that our minds don't have a chance to catch up to what our body is doing. And so dropping 10, 12, 20 pounds per month is not a natural pace. They say 2 pounds a week at max. And so if you are finding that you're dropping more than 8 pounds a month, then yes, it's a fast and unnatural pace. So it is okay that your weight loss slows down. It is okay for your body to stabilize and take a break and catch up to what it is that it's doing. And there are so many different factors that will make your weight loss journey look different to someone else's, like your height, your age, your gender, again, all of the other things that you do as far as calorie counting and your working out, but your starting weight, what your healthy weight range looks like for you. And we can use the BMI chart for that. A lot of people don't like using it, but if you want to figure out a healthy weight range for you, you can use the BMI chart. And I find that the closer and closer and closer I get to my own healthy weight range, the slower my weight loss has become. Like pretty much once I got into Wonderland, things slowed down tremendously, which makes sense because once I hit 199, I'm technically only 30 pounds away from a healthy goal weight. I don't need to be dropping 10 pounds per month so severely like I did when I was 264 pounds in the beginning of my journey. But this is why it is so crucial for your weight loss journey and for your mental health to track your weight loss in other ways. And I've already done a video talking about this. I did a Discipline Diary vlog and an actual sit down video talking about this. I'll link them both in the cards above. But I have 6 ways that I track my weight loss journey, because the scale is not the end all be all into showing you that your body is making the changes and losing weight. You can track your weight loss by your inches, before and after pictures. I mean, a DEXA scan and paying attention to your body fat percentage, your non-scale victories. There's so many ways that your body could be showing you that you are losing weight. And most of the time, it's not even about the number on the scale. It is about your lean muscle mass and your body fat percentage, especially again if you are using a weight loss tool like weight loss surgery or a GLP-1. You want to be retaining as much muscle mass as you possibly can and cutting out that body fat percentage. And so where I'm at in my journey, I don't even care about the number on the scale. My body fat percentage and my lean muscle mass is what I care about. I do a DEXA scan all of the time. I'll leave some information in the description box below on it. But the last time I did a DEXA scan, and I talked about this in the vlog, the last time I did a DEXA scan, that was in November, and then I did one again in January. And yes, I weighed less, but my body fat percentage went up and my lean muscle mass went down. That's not the type of trend that I want to see. And so this brings me back to your body having different types of set points and what is an actual set point. And so what I found is that a set point is where your body is pretty much comfortable at that weight and it doesn't want to budge. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it's just comfortable there. And when I was obese, my set point was the 250s. Now my highest weight was 287. But for years I stayed at the 250s, and I've been on the weight loss journey now for 14 years. And I've dropped, before weight loss surgery, I dropped 60 pounds like 3 times. And every time I would start to gain my weight again, I would come right back to the 250s and pretty much stay there. Whether I was binging, whether I was cutting, like I pretty much stayed there. And then right before I got weight loss surgery, I started to realize my set point was changing and it was increasing. It was at the 260s at the beginning of 2022. And then towards the end of 2022, when I was going to do my journey for weight loss surgery, it was like at the 270s. Like it was staying right there. I couldn't even get back to a maintenance of 250. And this brings me to my 6-month weight loss stall. So back in November of 2023, I got my surgery in March of 2023. I had dropped about 70 pounds in those first 7 months on average. And so when I crossed over into Wonderland and November came, I was in the 180s, and I stayed in the 180s until April of 2024. That seemed to be my new set point after losing so much weight. But I still wanted to lose more weight, and I didn't have this knowledge that I do now, or I at least wasn't into my journey and looking at my journey as healthy as I am now. Like at that point, I still was so heavily focused on losing weight. Like that's all I wanted to do. So I was so obsessed with the scale. So when I give y'all this advice, it's from a healthier mental place because I've been there. And so it was very frustrating. It was very frustrating to have stalled out for so long. And yes, I was tracking my weight with inches and before and after pictures, but again, I was just obsessed with the number on the scale. And so like 2 months into that stall, about December, I had got with my bariatric surgeon. They prescribed me with a weight loss medication called Contrave. I'm pretty sure I talked about this already on YouTube, but that pill was working for me. It had killed out some of the food noise that I had and my overeating and over snacking that I had, and it was a little bit of an appetite suppressant, but I got like painfully nauseous on it, and so I had to stop taking that medication, and I was still in a stall. And so I talked with a lot of people, a lot of other bariatric creators on TikTok and Instagram, and they was telling me about a GLP-1. Think of Ozempic, Mounjaro, the GLP-1, and how beneficial it had been after weight loss surgery for them. So I started taking the compound version of Ozempic, which is compound semaglutide, in April of 2024. And once I started taking that helped break that 6-month stall that I have been on. And it helped me get to where I'm at in my journey right now, which I've talked about. I've done a few videos on taking GLP-1s after weight loss surgery, so they will of course be in the cards above. So that is also another thing that you can look into if you are stalling out on your weight loss journey, is consider adding in a weight loss tool if you are on a natural journey, or if you had bariatric surgery and you want to add a tool, think about doing a pill form or a GLP-1. A lot of people has found success using a GLP-1 after bariatric surgery. Now, this is something, of course, that should be discussed with your provider. I'm an advocate for doing things with your doctor. They're always going to be your first line because only they and you know your medical history. But if you feel like you're doing all of the right things, maybe go back to your doctor and, get your internal labs done. Make sure that nothing is out of whack internally, and get with a registered dietitian and just make sure you are on the right track when it comes to the whole macro tracking, calorie tracking, all that stuff. And if all else fails, maybe consider adding a GLP-1, which is what I did, to your journey. And taking semaglutide helped me break that 6-month stall and helped me lose an additional 25 pounds, I believe. And it helped me get to my lowest weight of 162, which is where I'm at currently. But at this point in my journey, I'm actually starting to wean myself off of semaglutide. I really just don't want to be on it anymore. And I haven't been out of the 160s in like months, and so I think this is just the end for me, but more to come on that. Now, something I do not recommend you doing is doing any form of toxic diet culture habits with breaking a stall or a plateau. I never will recommend you do anything severe and toxic, because all that's going to do is mess up your mental health in this journey. Y'all already know I am for sustainable and healthy weight loss methods that's not going to screw your brain up or your body up. Taking pills just to be taking pills, or doing some juice fast, some water fast, any type of crazy fast, or any type of severe calorie deficit, I will never recommend you do. And this one is specifically for my weight loss surgery babes. I will never recommend you do a pouch reset at all. So let's chat about that a little bit. So what is a pouch reset? A pouch reset is when you're a bariatric patient who is on solid foods now, no matter where you are on your weight loss surgery journey. Once you transition to solid foods, there is no reason to go back to liquids or any of the food stages. And so a pouch reset is when you are essentially going back to liquids or the puree or the soft food diet after you've already transitioned back to solids. Now, when you were on the liquid diet for bariatric surgery, the only reason to be on the liquid diet before surgery is so that you can shrink your liver and get ready for surgery. And then after surgery is so that you can heal your stomach so that your incisions don't pop, and that you can start to move on up, and then move on up to the puree, move on up to the soft food, and then get to solids. After that, there's no reason why you need to be on liquids unless your doctor medically tells you to be on liquids. But what people are doing is going back to the liquid phase and calling it a pouch reset because they have either picked up some bad eating habits or they've been on a weight loss stall, and so they feel like going back to liquids will help lose weight. And now, of course, no matter what you're doing, no matter what your journey looks like, going back to or getting on a liquid diet will help you lose weight. But it's water weight. It's not muscle weight. It's not body fat weight. It's water weight. And the moment you go back and then get back onto solids, you may end up regaining that weight that you just lost, or spiraling out of control and binge eating now and go back to disordered ways of eating. Now, don't jump in my comments, because I've had people do this on TikTok and Instagram. Jump in my comments and say, well, pouch reset worked for me, and pouch reset worked for me. It's worked every time. Okay, but I'm here to help your mental health and give you realistic and sustainable weight loss tips. And so I personally don't recommend that stuff. Like, if it worked, if it truly worked for long term, none of us would need to be on a GLP-1. None of us would need bariatric surgery. None of us would be overweight. If there was a bulletproof way to lose weight, then all of us would be skinny. Think about it, even before bariatric surgery, because I can think about the times that I did liquid diets and stuff. None of that stuff ever worked. Why would it work after surgery? That's just my 2 cents. So the way to get back on track and break your stall and not do a toxic method of the pouch reset, it's just taking it back to basics. Just take it back to basics. Prioritizing your protein, prioritizing your micronutrients through fruits and vegetables, drinking your water, staying on top of your vitamins, working out, adding healthy carbs. Like, every time I felt like I was out of control or picking up bad habits or whatever the case may be, and I don't even look at my journey like that anymore. I don't look at cheat meals or good and bad food. Like, I just don't view things like that anymore, and it has helped me mentally. But if you feel like that, then take it back to basics and go back to the things that you know you should be prioritizing. And every time I got back on top of my routine, the weight came right back off and I didn't have to do anything severe. And another thing that helped me break my stall was sometimes relaxing, like I mentioned before, lowering my stress, and eating something that may seem to be junky, may not seem to be the cleanest thing. Every time I ate something junky, it broke my stall. Don't know why, don't know the science behind it, but every time I just like relaxed, and again, it may be contributing to the stress, but every time I relaxed and had like a meal or a day of just like, whatever, I'm not tracking nothing, I'm not fooling with it, ta-da, my body would just break the stall on its own. So think about it. And so people ask me about different supplements that they can use, like the fat burning supplements and all that stuff. And like, I'm just not the type of person to be taking additional pills and additional supplements when I don't have to. I find that to break a stall, all I needed to do was get back to basics or add something, like I mentioned earlier, to my routine. All right, y'all, I am almost there, and thank God it cut down some time. So now it says that I'll be there at 1:44, so I don't feel like I have to rush. Now, since this event is being put on by an influencer, I'm hoping that I can record this event not only for YouTube, but for Instagram Reels and TikTok and stuff, like short form content, because I would love to show other women that's in the area, like, you know, what's happening in our area, what wellness events are happening in our area. So I'm hoping that I can record for y'all. But
as well. And then I have Jeremy's chicken. He actually recently just opened like a couple of months ago. So shout out to him. It's amazing chicken, and there's rice as well.
I gave you Y&DD. I know what you like. I feel it coming. Time is at the essence. I try to teach you, but I need some lessons. I need to give it all. I try
Just got finished with the event, and oh my god, when I tell you, I've never done mat Pilates. I've done heated yoga years ago, like probably at this point a decade ago, and it was just one time. But I've never done mat Pilates, and I've never done heated mat Pilates, and that was a heated mat Pilates class. Oh my god, when I tell you I was challenged like never before. Like, I feel like how I felt in my last vlog. I think that's when I did the DEXA scan, when I tried Pilates for the second time on the Reformer, and that was at Move Seattle. So this was yet another Pilates thing. Oh my god, like, Pilates just tests your body in ways that running and weight training won't. Like, it's pretty much, I think it's called calisthenics, when it's really focused on body strength. And that's something that I really want to build up this year. I want to build up my just overall body strength, especially in my arms. And so I feel like Pilates will definitely benefit me for where I want to be at, because I've never had like good body strength, upper body strength. Like, even the time when I was in the military 15 years ago, my lightest, all that stuff, like, I never just really had good upper body strength, and I want to build that. Definitely want to add Pilates, whether it be mat or the Reformer, in my routine from now on. But it was definitely packed. I've been up in this area before. It's by the University of Washington. I think that's what the university is called up here. And so I wasn't expecting the class to be as packed as it was, but it was packed. It was a full class, but definitely great vibes. As you can see, I was able to get my little clips. I met the girl from TikTok. I'll throw her stuff up here, but I met her, super nice. I know she had to, like, you know, do her event stuff, so she couldn't really sit and chat, but she told me to follow her. The Taste of Seattle is what her thing is called, where she hosts different events and stuff in the Seattle area. So I'm gonna find them on Instagram, actually, so that I can just keep up with, like, just different wellness events that's happening, not so much in my local area, but happening in my area that I can come out to. But it was good workout, such great vibes. They had this vendor there where I think it's like a pre-workout. I mean, the drink is like caffeinated, it comes decaffeinated, there's like some benefits and stuff. I've never heard of this brand before, so I'm gonna look it up when I get home. And then there was also like a chicken and rice food vendor, but I didn't stay for that. It's already 3:44 and it takes me an hour and a half to get home, plus I want to stop at the store. So I was like, thanks for the event, but gotta go. And now I'm on my way to Insomnia cookies, because if you watch my first race day of 2025 vlog, then you know we did our race up here, my husband and I, and every time we come to Seattle now, we have to stop at Insomnia cookies. So before I even left the house, he was like, you going to Insomnia? So let me go get the family some cookies, and then I want to stop at H-Mart, which is an Asian supermarket, and then make my way home and actually fuel my body. I ran out of water. I'm gonna have to get something when I get to Insomnia, but I am going to eat this protein bar because I am starving. And I don't think I mentioned this already, but this was a free event. So if you're into fitness and wellness and all of that stuff, just like, you know, we have the internet for a reason. See what free events is happening in your area. This is a great way to just get out in your community, see what's going on in your community, get a free workout, try something new, find friends. You know, when you're doing these things and you're keeping up with it, you will eventually find people that's also going. And then that's how you, even if you make like one friend, you don't have to have a group of friends, but even if you make one friend, a lot of people talk about how hard it is to find friends as an adult, especially me being a military spouse. We move a lot and I just like tend to stay in my bubble. So like, even at the event, I was very quiet. There was these two girls that was next to me, super nice or whatever, but just, you know, keeping to myself. But eventually you will end up breaking down your own little bubble and, you know, venture out. So just a little just left H-Mart and I'm about to eat a little something in the car because I'm starving. So I got this, like, I guess it's a it's an active drink, but it's 0 calories. Never seen it before, but I'm gonna pick it up and try it. And then I also got some spicy salmon rolls, sushi roll. So good protein, carbs, and little vegetables since I had 2 workouts today. Why is this drink? Okay. Now I'm on my way home. Made it back home. Let me show y'all what I got from H-Mart, which was only a couple things. I always grab their beef bulgogi. Love bulgogi. And I got a big box of their white rice. The sticky cooked white rice. Oh, that's heavy. It comes with like 12 in a box for like 10 bucks. It's a great deal. And then for gut health, I got some kimchi. This is so good for just like a natural thing for your gut. Fermented vegetables, period. I think that was really it. Yeah, so I got the sushi and the drink, but that was really it. I really just wanted the rice. For dinner, we're having a fave, which is the Trader Joe's chicken wings, the hot and spicy ones. If y'all are in Trader Joe's, pick these up. They're so good. We're like addicted to them. We're actually making 2 bags right now. To take my last set of vitamins, and I have to take my hair vitamins for the day. This is oral minoxidil. Great for hair regrowth. I talked about this in my hair update video. So I ran to Target real quick because I was on TikTok, and like I said, I do different content over there, still wellness, fitness, and all that stuff, but it's just, you know, if you already follow me, then you already know the vibes. So I did a video talking about quick ways to get protein in, especially if it's like a snack or the end of the night and you're short. And I was talking about drinkable yogurts. Now my 2 favorite are one is from Too Good and it's 10 grams of protein. And the other one is from Oikos Pro and it's 23 grams of protein. But I was saying that I can no longer drink those because, so in that last Discipline Diary, I was talking about how now after weight loss surgery, I'm like lactose intolerant and how dairy be messing up my stomach. But I showed y'all my dairy lactose free options that are high in protein. Well, now I have a new one because one of my followers had told me, because in that video I said, if there is lactose free drinkable yogurts, let me know. And so one of them let me know. As soon as I read the comment, I was like, I'm going to Target. They already have it. Let me go get it. And so this is what I got. It's from Chobani, and now they have 2 different sizes. And I did a taste test. It's already up on my TikTok and Instagram, so I won't tell y'all over here. Y'all gonna have to follow me over there to see it. But they have 2 different sizes. One is 10 ounces and one is 14. There's 3 different flavors. Mixed berry, vanilla, strawberries and cream, and then vanilla ice cream. And these are 20 grams of protein and these are 30 grams of protein, all lactose free and no added sugar. So just wanted to come on here and let y'all know. I already ate dinner and now I'm about to shower and relax for the night. As y'all already know, I went to bed maybe like right before 8 o'clock. So 9, 10, 11, 12. I've only had 4 hours of sleep after my shift last night. 2 workouts, driving all around. Mama is tired, so I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode and my chat about breaking stalls and taking y'all on a new little exercise and, you know, putting myself out there and doing something new. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I'm always hosting lives and answering your questions in the moment. And on Instagram, I'm super active in my stories. I have a broadcast channel where they get the tea first. So make sure you're following me over there. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.